प्यारे दोस्तों, सफल चैनल पे आप सभी का स्वागत है। आज के सेशन में अपन एक नया चैप्टर शुरू कर रहे हैं, सम एप्लीकेशन ऑफ ट्रिग्नोमेट्री। दिस चैप्टर इज बेसिकली एक्सटेंशन ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन टू ट्रिग्नोमेट्री चैप्टर which we have already discussed. Those students who have not seen the lecture of trigonometry, please first look at all the lectures from part 1 to part 4. Then understanding application part will be easy for you. So let us try to understand how we are applying the concept of trigonometry in real life situations. So I have taken a situation on the screen, the same situation I took when I introduced this chapter to all of you. So a person is standing in front of the Qutub Minar, and this person wants to find the height of this Minar without actually measuring it. So with the help of trigonometry it is possible to do so. Similarly, in the second situation, a girl is standing in the balcony and she is looking at the flower pot on the other side of the river near a temple. So if she wishes to find the width of this river, so is it possible for her to find it? So the answer is yes. So with the help of trigonometry we can do so. So likewise, trigonometry has very wide application in real life. So some of them you can see the application in astronomy, even in geography and navigation. The concept of trigonometry is used. Okay, so wherever it is not possible for us to measure the height or distances actually, we are using this approximate method of trigonometry to find the height or distance. So before we solve some real life problem, we need to understand terminologies. So let us understand the terminologies used in this chapter. So the first terminology we have is line of sight and angle of elevation. So the same situation what we saw just before I have taken. So the person is standing in front of the Qutub Minar. Now the person is looking at the peak of Qutub Minar, which is point C. So the line along which the person is looking at the peak of Qutub Minar, we call it as line of sight. So basically it is line drawn from the eye of the observer to the point in the object viewed by the observer. So whichever point the observer is looking at, that point need to be connected to the eye of the observer. So whatever line you get, that we call it as line of sight. Now observer is raising his or her head in upward direction to look at the peak of this Qutub Minar, right? So that means I can say the observer is raising his head in upward direction. So with reference to horizontal, by how much he is raising his head in upward direction, so that measure of that we call it as what? Angle of elevation. So we have the reference line AB. So AB is horizontal, we call it as reference line. So angle made by line of sight with the horizontal is known as what? Angle of elevation. So same situation we have visualized here. So you can see a right angle triangle is formed. So line of sight and angle of elevation. So the angle made by line of sight with the horizontal, we call it as angle of elevation. And whenever you look any object which is above horizontal, you have to raise your head in upward direction, right? So that's why the case of what? Angle of elevation, because we are elevating our head in what? Upward direction. Okay. The next term we have in this chapter is angle of depression. So many a times the observer will be at a higher position and object will be at lower position, as you can see here. So one girl is standing in the balcony of her house and she is looking at a football which is on the ground. So of course the line connecting eye of the observer and the object, we have line of sight. So here also we are taking horizontal as what? A reference. So we can see the line is coming out from the eye of the observer parallel to the ground. Now whatever this line of sight makes angle with the horizontal, so in this case we call it as angle of depression. So basically it is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when the point is below the horizontal level. That means whenever observer position is at a higher level and object under observation is at a lower level, then the observer has to depress his or her head in downward direction. Okay, so by how much angle the observer is depressing his or her head with respect to horizontal, so that only we call it as what? Angle of depression. So very clear, whenever the object is above horizontal, it's a case of angle of elevation, and whenever the object is below horizontal, it's a case of angle of depression. So after understanding line of sight, angle of depression and angle of elevation, now we can work it out, the problems of height and distance. So let us see the first question. So as you can see on the screen, a tower stands vertically on the ground. From a point on the ground which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of its top is found to be 30 degree. So find the height of the tower. So इस तरह के सवालों में सबसे पहला आपको काम करना होता है सिचुएशन को विजुअलाइज करना. So let us take a tower. So you can see I have taken a tower, red in color on the screen, and a point which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower. So this is the point. Let me call this point as A. It is at a distance what? 30 meters from the foot of the tower. Now from here the observer is looking at the top of the tower and the angle of elevation was found to be what? 30 degree, which you can see here. Now what they are asking us here is the height of the tower. So let me call this as point B and this is point C. So BC is actually tower for us. So we can see that in triangle ABC, I can write tan 30 degree equals what? Opposite by adjacent. So that means BC by what? AB. Correct. Now tan 30 degree we have studied. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 equals what? BC by AB. AB is how much? 30. So on cross multiplication, BC I'll get it as what? 30 by root 3, which can be written as 30 root 3 by 3 or 10 root 3. So that means the height of the tower is what? 10 root 3 meter. So the entire focus is on drawing the diagram in a correct manner and then applying proper trigonometric ratios, which we have already studied. So the height of the tower is what? 10 root 3 meter. The next question we have on the screen. From the top of a fire tower, a forest ranger sees his partner on the ground at an angle of depression of 60 degree. If the tower is 18 feet in height, how far is the partner from the base of the tower? So let us visualize the situation. So I have taken the fire tower which is red in color. Now of course the forest ranger is on the peak of this fire tower, right? So he is observing his partner on the ground, okay, at an angle of depression what? 60 degree. So you can see angle of depression is 60 degree and of course the partner is somewhere here. Now what is asked to us? How far is the partner from the base of the tower? That means this blue line length is asked to us. So let me call this as A, this point as B and this point as C. So in the question they are asking what is BC. So I know this horizontal is parallel to this horizontal, right? So here also I'll have what? 60 degree. Why 60 degree? Because of alternate interior angle. Okay. So now the height of the tower is known to us, that is 18 feet. So this is what? 18 feet is known to us. So we need to find BC. So again I can apply tan 60 degree equals what? AB by BC. Now tan 60 degree, you know that it is root 3, correct? Now AB is given to us as 18, BC is not known. Okay, so from here I'll get BC equals 18 by root 3, which I can write 18 root 3 by 3 or 6 root 3 feet. Okay, so that means the partner is at a distance 6 root 3 feet from the base of the fire tower. So the answer is going to be 6 root 3 feet. The next question we have on the screen. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance 9 meters and 20 meters from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. So find the height of the tower. So आइए situation को visualize करते हैं. So I have taken a tower here, red in color. Now 2 points are there. One is at a distance of 9 meter. From there, let's say the angle of elevation is theta. And from the second point, it is complementary, that is 90 minus theta. So this distance is given to us as 9 meters. This distance is what? 9 meters. And the total distance, the length of, yellow line, what I can see here is 20 meter. So let me name it A, B, C and what? D. Okay. So what is asked to us is basically AB, the height of the tower. So given to us is BC is 9 meter, okay, and BD is what? 20 meter. So with the help of this given data, we need to find the height of the tower, that is value of small h. So in triangle ABC, what I can write? Tan theta equals AB by BC, correct? AB by BC. So from here, tan theta, now AB is what? H for us and BC is what? 9 for us. Okay. So let me call this as first equation. Again in triangle ABD, triangle ABD. So tan of D, that means tan of 90 minus theta is what? AB by BD, AB by BD. So AB by what? BD, opposite by adjacent, correct? Now we know that tan 90 minus theta is what? Basically cot theta. We have studied this in Introduction to Trigonometry chapter. So I can write cot theta equals what? AB, that is H, by BD, that is 20. So this I am calling it as equation 2. So now what I am going to do, I am going to multiply equation 1 and 2. So left hand side we have tan theta into cot theta, correct? Right hand side we have h by 9 into h by 20. So we know that tan theta and cot theta are reciprocal of each other. So left hand side becomes what? 1 and right hand side h into h, h square, and 20 into 9, that is 180. Okay. So from here I can get h square equals 180 or h equals what? Square root of 180. So which is basically I can write 6 root 5, because 180 I can write 36 into 5. Okay, so 36 square root is 6, so 6 root 5 meter. Okay, so that means the height of the tower is how much? 6 root 5 meter. It was a nice question. So let's take up the next one. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower at a distance 120 meter from a point A on the ground is 45 degree. If the angle of elevation of the top of a flagstaff fixed at the top of the tower from the same point A is 60 degree, find the height of the flagstaff. If required, use root 3 equals what? 1.732. So फिर से situation को visualize करते हैं. So first I have taken the tower. Okay. Now I am taking a point at a distance 120 meter from the tower, and the angle of elevation is found to be what? 45 degree. So this is 120 meter as per the question, and this point we are calling it as what? A. If the angle of elevation of the top of a flagstaff fixed at the top of this tower. So now this red tower is there. On top of this we have a flagstaff. So let's see, this purple color is what? The flagstaff. Now the peak of this flagstaff, angle of elevation is what? 60 degree. So they are asking what is the height of flagstaff. Okay. So if I'm, let's say, naming this as B, this point as C, and this point as D. So what they are asking, find the height of the flagstaff. That means CD is question mark to us. So AB is 120 meter and CD is what? Question mark to us. So in triangle ABC, triangle what? ABC, I can see tan 45 degree. I can write it as what? BC by AB. Now tan 45 degree we know it is 1. So यहाँ पे 1 हो जाएगा. BC we don't know. AB is given to us as 120. So यहाँ से मिल जाएगा अपने को BC equals what? 120 meter. So इसको अपन बोल देते हैं equation 1. Now in triangle ABD, in triangle ABD, so यहाँ पे मैं लिख सकता हूँ tan 60 equals what? BD by AB. BD by AB. Now tan 60 we know it is what? Root 3. Now BD I can see it is BC plus CD. BC plus CD, and AB is what? 120. So we can cross multiply. So 120 root 3 equals BC. Now BC we have found it as what? 120 only. So 120 plus CD. So यहाँ से फिर से rearrange करेंगे. So CD अपने को मिल जाएगा 120 root 3 minus what? 120. So 120 maybe I can take common. So root 3 minus 1. Now the value of root 3 is given to us as what? 1.732. So 1.732 minus 1 meter. So this is going to be 120 into 0.732. So this we can multiply. So 12 2s are 24, so 4, carry is 2, and 12 3s are 36. 36 plus 2 is 38, carry is 3. 12 7s are 84, and 84 plus 3 is what? 87. Okay. So, and decimal, now we need to put it after how many places? So I need to put it after 2 places. 3 places, but 1 0 is there, so that's why 2 places. So 87.84 meter. So that means the height of flagstaff is 87.84 6.84 मीटर। ओके, सो अच्छा सवाल था। आगे बढ़ते हैं। An observer 1.5 meter tall is 30 meter away from a chimney. The angle of elevation of the top of the chimney from his eye, very important, is 60 degree. Find the height of chimney. So ये सवाल थोड़ा सा अलग है पिछले सवालों से। So यहाँ पे मैंने chimney consider किया है। Now an observer is there. So this is the observer, and the height of the observer is what? 1.5 meter. Now from eye of the observer is somewhere here, the white spot what I have marked on the screen. So the angle of elevation of the top of the chimney from this white spot is 60 degree. That's what you can see here. And the observer is at a distance what? 30 meter. That means this distance is 30, so this will also be what? 30. So what they are asking, the height of the chimney. So let me name it. So here I am giving A, B, C, D, and let's say E. So of course AB will be same as what? CD, correct? So both will be 1.5 meter. And again AC is same as what? BD, that is also what? 30 meter. AC equals BD. Now what is asked to us is CE they have asked. That is only what? Chimney. So if we can find DE, we can add DE to what? CD to get the height of the chimney. So I'll write in triangle EBD. In triangle EBD. So I can see that tan 60 degree equals what? Opposite. That means ED by adjacent, that is BD. Now tan 60 is root 3. ED is not known to us and BD is 30. Okay. So from here I'll get ED equals what? 30 root 3. So 30 root 3 meter. So 30, now root 3 we know it is what? 1.732. So again 32 is 60. So carry is 6. Again 33 is 90. So 96. Carry is 9. And 33 is 210. And 210 plus 9, 219. So carry is 21. So 30. 1s are 30 and plus 21 is what? 50. Okay, so 51. Now how many places decimal? 3 places. So that means ED is what? 51.960 meter. Now what we are interested in? CE. So we know that CE is what? CD plus ED. Now CD is 1.5 and ED is 51.960. So let's take up the next one. Find from the top of a 7 meter high building, the angle of elevation of the top of a cable tower is 60 degree and the angle of depression of its foot is 45 degree. Determine the height of the tower. So काफ़ी अच्छा सवाल है, इसमें angle of elevation and depression दोनों combined किया गया. So let us try to look at the situation. So first I have taken the tower. Okay. So the red line what you can see on the screen is the tower. Now I am taking a building which is 7 meter high. So this black one is the building which is what? 7 meter high. Now just I am drawing two horizontal reference line. Okay. Now the observer is on the top of the building. That means somewhere here. So the white spot what you can see, that is the point where observer eye is there. So the angle of elevation of the top is what? 60 degree. So this is the top of the tower and angle of elevation is what? 60 degree. Angle of depression of the foot from the same point is what? 45 degree. That means this angle of depression is what? 45 degree. So what they are asking height of tower. So the red length basically we need to calculate. So let me mark the points. So A, B, C, D and E. So first of all I can write the data. So ABS equals to what? CD. ये दोनों कितने हैं? 7 meter itself. Now what we are supposed to calculate is CE. So CE is question mark for us. Okay. So let us work it out one by one. So in triangle BDC, triangle BDC मैं consider कर रहा हूँ. So tan 45 I can write it as opposite, that is CD, and adjacent is what? BD. So I'll write CD by what? BD. Now tan 45 is what? 1. Now CD we have 7 meter. So 7 by what? BD. So from here if I'll cross multiply, so I'll get BD equals what? 7 meter. So यहाँ से BD अपने को कितना मिल गया? 7 meter. Okay. Just I am writing in the diagram. So now we can consider this top triangle BD and we can try finding DE. So in triangle BDE, so यहाँ से मैं लिख सकता हूँ tan 60 equals what? DE by BD. DE by BD. Now tan 60 जो होता है वो होता है √3. DE अपने को नहीं पता है. BD just now we have found 7. So यहाँ से अपने को मिल गया DE की लेंथ कितनी हो गई? 7√3 meter. अपने को क्या चाहिए? CE. So we know that CE is what? CD plus DE. Now CD अपने को पता है 7 and DE अभी हमने निकाला है 7√3. So 7 I can take common. So 1 plus √3 meter. If I want to convert in decimal approx value I can calculate. So 7 into 1 plus √3 is 1.73. So this will become 7 into 2.73 meter. So if you simplify, so 7 3s are 21. So 1 carries 2. 7 7s are 49 plus 2. That is 51. So again 1 carries 5. So 7 2s are 14. 14 plus 5 is what? 19. So 19.11 meter. So that means the height of the cable tower is what? 19.11 meter. So इस तरह से हमने काफ़ी सवाल प्रैक्टिस कर लिए. सो मैंने आपके लिए कुछ क्वेश्चंस कलेक्ट किए हैं. स्क्रीन पे वो क्वेश्चंस दे रखे हैं, उनके आंसर्स भी मैंने दे रखे हैं. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू प्रैक्टिस and get back in case of any doubts. So thanks for watching SAFAL. Please do like, share and subscribe the channel.